While you're all standing, so this is wonderful, Anna Pega will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good job, class of 2017. We practiced standing up and sitting down, and you rocked it. Good job. Thank you, Mr. Phelps. I usually try to get too close to this, and then I go, sounds like I'm spitting on the microphone. So my goal personally today was to stand back far enough not to go. So anyway, thank you all for being here tonight on this most wonderful occasion when these seniors down here in front of us, the end of 12 plus, because you were in kindergarten too, right, are here to walk across the stage and be recognized as graduates. We are so proud of you. This is a time of year also which makes an educator reflect. So I come over here to do my reflecting in this beautiful old 1948 vintage gymnasium. I do. This is just the best gym in the world. But I reflected about a couple things, and I wanted to share those reflections with you tonight. I won't take too long. I know you're fanning. That's the one thing about an old gym. No, we don't have air conditioning. We have doors, but that's okay. The first one was thinking about the first graduation class of Hillsboro Online Academy, the class of 2013. That year, we had 13 students walk proudly across the stage, and we were thrilled to have them. Then the class of 14, 15. 15 was our biggest, we had 35. 16, and this year 17. We have 17 students graduating with us this year. They couldn't all be here tonight because they have jobs, or they've already moved, or they just weren't able to come tonight. But something else has occurred in online learning in Hillsboro that makes me feel like, personally, we should all go to all the graduations that occur in the Hillsboro School District this week. If you look at these balloons, yes, they're bright, they're beautiful, but there's a reason that those balloons are placed in our gym tonight. There's 76 of them. That's because, even though these people are up front are very, very special because they're ours, Hillsboro Online also has 76 seniors, besides our own, that are walking across the stage at Century, at Glencoe, at Hill High, at Liberty, because they took at least one course. Some took up to 4 with us this year, and we're very proud of them as well. But we're most proud of these right now. The second reflection I had, well, it wasn't really tonight, it was again hanging around the gym, was looking at that bronze plaque out front that says J.W. Barnes Gymnasium, dedicated 1948. And I read the rest of the plaque, and it said, who was the superintendent, who who were the school board members, who was the business manager. And I thought just how special that was in 1948 to be dedicating not just this gymnasium. There was a whole school. It was a 3-story junior high. It's no longer with us. But those people back in 1947-48 had a dream. And it was the J.W. Barnes Junior High. The Hillsboro School District in 2008 did a community survey. And the community said they wanted options. Our school board at the time, our superintendent, they took that message to heart. And I went and read the plaque outside of our school over there, Hillsboro Online, you know, the 2-room school down at the other end of the building. The beautiful plaque out front. And the names on there of the school board members and the superintendent that are responsible for the construction of Hillsboro Online. They're here tonight. So that's my second reflection, but part of it is introducing this very special bunch of people that are here tonight and are the reason that we have this school for your students to graduate from. So, over here. First off, Monty Akers. Janine Solman. Kim Strelchin. Wayne Cliff. And our superintendent, Mike Scott. Before we go a little bit further, I also need to introduce some other special people here sitting on this stage. These are very familiar to your students, especially the last month. There's something about seniors, we've noticed this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they haven't finished their whatever it was. Whether it was that econ class, or senior English, there was a little bit. So, our staff, Tyler Phelps. Linnea Thompson, math. Gloria Campos, Spanish. Melissa Hebert, science. Oh, and health. Rhonda Gatewood, our counselor. Sarah Coyle, social studies. And Christina Estrada, who just does everything. Christina, too, she really doesn't take praise very well, but she's our graduation coordinator. She's put everything tonight together, so good job. All right, I'm done. So, Superintendent Scott? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. On behalf of the Hillsboro School District, it's an honor to join you to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduates here this evening. To the family and friends that are here, we thank you also for your attendance. Your attendance here signifies that you value education and you value the work that our students have put in. We appreciate that. I'd like to thank Principal Harrington for her work. She really is a unique administrator. Now, I mean that in all the best. She is a person that thinks outside the box. She's a great advocate for this school, and she works diligently to make things successful here. So I'd like to thank Linda for all of her work. To our graduates here this evening, each and every one of you have earned the right to be here. You've accomplished all the courses that you need to finish up, and we applaud your efforts. We're proud of your accomplishments, and we're here this evening to celebrate your successes. As I look at you, I don't just see the young people that you are today. I really see the future, and just know that your votes are going to impact our nation. Your work is going to impact what happens to society around us, and your ideas are going to shape our nation and our planet as well. As you reflect on your accomplishments over the past 13 years, I hope that you're proud of yourselves. I'm certain that you are. Just by the look on some of your faces, I can tell that you are. But I hope also that you take a minute and reflect on those people that have helped you along the way. You've got parents and family members here that have helped you and have stood by you. And I'd just like to ask you to take a minute and to thank them and give them some applause as well. Take a minute and thank the staff that is here on stage. Again, a group of people that are out-of-the-box thinkers. They do whatever is necessary to meet the needs of the students, to meet your needs, and I'd like to just thank the staff as well. Publicly, thank you for all of your videos. All right, and we will get on with things here, and I'd just like to say that the diploma that you received tonight signifies that you've held up your end of the bargain, and with all of the state requirements, all the district requirements, we're going to give you the diploma that you've worked so hard for. Congratulations. I hope that you have a great evening tonight. Thank you, guys.
Speaking for the senior class tonight, Chelsea Miller.
High school. The biggest accomplishment we have achieved in our 18 years or so of life thus far. One of the many lessons I have learned through the last 4 years is the word can't, or more specifically, I can't. Thank you. Doesn't exist. At the beginning of freshman year, I went to Algebra 1 believing that I was incapable of doing it. Every time I would look at an assignment, or how many I had to turn in, or anything, I would become overwhelmed. My dad heard me saying this phrase over and over to myself. He soon, and with no hesitation, told me I can't was not in the dictionary. My dad told me that if I applied myself and kept thoughts on the future, I could accomplish anything. I thought about what he said, and at first I disagreed because I believed the lie that I couldn't be good at math. I struggled with applying myself. I was near having a failing grade in math. It was then that I decided to challenge myself. I started going to my teacher more frequently, along with really trying to understand what the lessons were trying to teach me. Once I started to challenge myself in learning and changing my study habits, I started to exceed in my understanding of math, and it showed in my courses. My grades went up, and I've continued to get better throughout senior year. And such lessons are not limited to school. Outside of school, there are challenges and lessons to be learned. At the beginning of last summer, I started working at a retirement home. When I first began, I was so excited and happy to have my first job, when I would come home after a long day of work. However, as the year passed, this job has taken a toll on me emotionally. Once, one of my managers fired the youngest servers because he did not show up to work one day. This would be understandable if they had fired the female servers who hadn't shown up to work, of whom there were too many to count. I was so frustrated they fired the female server who was a hardworking, a capable employee. They even failed to inform him that he was fired, so he rode his bike 4 miles to work just to be told that he was fired. It has challenged me in many ways. So now I come home being frustrated with how either my coworkers or managers have dealt with situations. It has challenged me in many ways, from learning how to respond to my bosses, coworkers, or residents, even when they're having a hard day. But I remember what my dad said, and I was able to switch my mindset into serving the residents in their time of need. Even when the job is hard and people are being self-centered, I want to be diligent in putting others before myself. These are the biggest lessons I've learned so far, and there are many challenges that are going to come along in this adventure we call life. We as people must learn how to face these challenges in the midst that we can overcome them, in the mindset that we can overcome them. I can't is not an option. I plan on going into college with the attitude that I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. That when there are unfair people in my class and work environment, I can find the mental place to reside that has peace, a place to serve, and a place that helps people and me to transform as a person. I also believe that my fellow classmates can do anything they wish to succeed. I want to congratulate us all on this big milestone. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks, Chelsea. The Hillsboro School District, we take pride in recognizing students who have gone above and beyond in their high school education, and we'd like to recognize some of those students here tonight with adding an extra cord to wear around their neck for graduation. So the first set of students that we'll be recognizing are those that completed their high school career with a 3.0 to a 3.49 cumulative GPA. These students will be receiving a silver cord. Piper File.
It's a special one.
Oh, yes. Our next student to be recognized is one who is receiving a gold cord for completing high school with a 3.5 to 4.0 cumulative GPA. She's also received a scholarship of 28 credits to Lane Community College and is graduating a year early after only 3 years. Megan Still. Our next student to be recognized is receiving a gold cord in addition to receiving a Chancellor's Diploma, Hillsboro's most rigorous and advanced graduation requirements. She's also received an out-of-state scholarship for the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, Anna Pagel. And our final student to be recognized this evening before we move on to our diplomas. This student holds the title of valedictorian for the class of 2017 at Hillsboro Online Academy. She is also receiving cords for the Chancellor's Diploma and the gold cord, and will be and she additionally also earned the Hillsboro School District's Fire and Science Career Pathway cord, Alyssa Thomas. 2017 voted on a new award this year, on an Inspirational Staff Member of the Year. I'm incredibly proud to be a part of this amazing staff here at HOA, who inspire not only our students, but one another as well. That being said, I couldn't agree more with the winner of this award and who our class chose. She's inspired me since our first meeting to keep pursuing what is best for our students, remain focused on relationships, and has continually advocated for our school, our students, and our staff. Our students said of this staff member that she has been the biggest advocate for my years here at Hill Online. She's helped fill out college applications, advised me on classes I should pursue, and has been my biggest cheerleader. Without her help, I couldn't be the student that I am today. Another student said I love how personal she is, that she wholeheartedly cares for her students and is a wonderful person. I've never met a better principal, and I'm so happy to have gotten to know her a little bit. Our 2017 Inspirational Staff Member of the Year selected by our students. She's our fearless leader, our principal extraordinaire, Linda Harrington.
I'd like to just take a couple minutes and mention I'm Chief Rodney Lind. I'm actually the director or coordinator of the Fire Science Program here for Hillsboro School District. And Alyssa was in our program for the last couple of years, and we always look at students how we can kind of grow them a little bit, how we can help them succeed in life. And Alyssa came to our program very quiet. If you know her, she doesn't say a whole lot. She's kind of there, gives 150%. And by the end of the time, it's like, wow, you're the first one to hand stuff in. And it's great to see her. She's succeeding tonight. She went through the first year program over at Liberty, and then this last year she was out at the fire station going through all the skills. And it was always impressive to see our program doesn't have a huge amount of females in it because fire service really doesn't interest them that much, even though we look to basically recruit as many people as we can. Melissa came out for the skills program, which is not easy. It's paramilitaristic. So they work hard, and we kind of hold them to standards of college standards or adult life, so to speak. And every day she shows up. Every day she does a skill. She looks at doing it better the next time. And the one unique thing about her is she never complained one time. She never said, this is too hard, I can't do this. She's always there for the rest of the classmates. She's always given some of the guys in the class a run for their money, which is really cool because some of them, they come in with a large egos thinking they're going to really kill things, and then, ladies step up and really show them what it's all about. And she's done a great job, and that's always great to see her succeed. I wish you the best luck, and thank you for having that good positive attitude in our program. Thank you.
It's that drum roll moment, right? Are you ready? Are you ready? Class of 2017, stand. You practiced this. You did really well again. It is time to receive your diploma course. So, as your names are called, one at a time, come on up. Thank you. Are we ready?
Piper Christine File. Kathleen Elizabeth Gallagher. Faith Elizabeth Howard. Jones. Victoria Myers. Chelsea Lynn Miller. Anna Hagel. Jennifer Renee Reeves. Sean Scott Sprecher. Megan Haley Still. Cole Michael Stock. Alyssa Brianne Caitlin Thomas. Congratulations, graduates. Job well done.
Nice work. So this is my third year doing this part of the graduation ceremony. And since, as some of you know, it is my last year at HOA, I thought I would hog the mic just a little bit and tell you a story. I am the English teacher and stories are kind of my jam. So about 10 years ago, as I was going about 70 miles an hour, part of the engine of my small little car fell out on a stretch of I-80 in western Nebraska. It was 5 in the morning. The lesson, you seniors, check your oil. Make sure you have AAA. Maybe don't drive 1,000 miles at night. I had to sell that car for scrap in Julesburg, Colorado, a tiny town right across the Nebraska border, in order to buy a bus ticket back to Portland. And that car demolishment changed everything. I was living in southeast Portland and working in Beaverton. Now carless, I was commuting by bike and bus, a 45-minute to 2-hour trip each way, depending on mode and time of day. And while I highly recommend that you all try living without a car or a TV for a few years and see how it goes, it's a good thing to do for a little while. The distance was getting to be a problem. And so, as one does when faced with a frustrating situation, I decided to search for a new opportunity. A friend told me I should come by a new restaurant in downtown Portland where he had just begun working as a baker. I hadn't worked in a kitchen ever, but I showed up anyway and met the owner. "Can you come in tomorrow?" he asked, panic in his eyes. Best job interview I've ever had. And I worked 5 years in that restaurant, figuring out how to do the job on the fly. A few years into my stint, a young woman named Ada started working there as office manager, and 5 years later, I married her. See, life has a funny way of working. And I'm not talking about destiny or fate or anything like that. I'm not saying that everything always works out for the best, because that's not true. There are wars, prejudice, violence and disease, inflexible ideologies, and all sorts of tragedy on our planet Earth. But I will say, at times, things that seem like empirically bad news can have hidden benefits. Take, for example, this job I've been doing. Now, I love this job, and I will treasure my time here always. But when I graduated with my master's degree in 2012, becoming an online teacher had not crossed my mind, not once. This was not part of the plan. And honestly, if someone had told me back in summer of 2012 that not only would I get this job, but keep at it for 5 years, I probably would have said they were nuts. But there I was, August 2012, still jobless, getting worried. I had my regular bills to pay, plus, and I had just added $30,000 of master's degree debt. Okay? Something had to give. Suddenly, I noticed this part-time online English position in the Hillsboro School District. And that wasn't part of the plan. But I can say that it worked out pretty darn well. Because sometimes that out-of-nowhere idea, that opportunity that doesn't fit into what you think you're supposed to do, that odd possibility that seems like kind of a risk, well, sometimes that can lead to having a boss like Linda Harrington. It can lead to having coworkers like the people on stage with me, several of whom covered my entire desk in tinfoil this morning as a going-away present. It can lead to realizing that a part-time position was just right because it allowed me to pursue other things seriously, like music and writing. And most importantly, it led me to working with young people like you, watching you grow and struggle and succeed at our strange, wonderfully different little school. So keep that in mind, please. Plans are good, so are goals. You should have them and strive to achieve them. But there's a lot more to life than sticking to the script you've given yourself. Don't forget that. And finally, thank you so much for being here with us at HOA. This place has changed my life. Thank you. Class of 2017, please stand. Move those tassels to the left.